like, oh God, but them 4 years, that 4 year hiatus until we actually got five. Lord, I swear, everybody was at war with each other, just waiting for this game to come out.
Yeah. And see, that's my thing with games and delays, because I mean, think about a little bit off topic here, but think about Kingdom Hearts 3. Well, it wasn't really delayed, but you know
It wasn't
how.
delayed. It was just like, they were still like it was in development,
Yeah, and
and the
it took.
fact is that, oh, we've been waiting 13 years for like a Kingdom Hearts game. It was like, but they like people wasn't saying we waiting these many years for a Kingdom Hearts game in the main series. Like, yeah, but we have gotten a Kingdom Hearts game every year since then.
Yeah, but a lot of people, and they do have the right, felt really underwhelmed with the game, and I kind of felt the same way, because it was like I felt there could have been so much more than what we were basically given.
I understand that, because like it's like, for one thing to be certain, it's definitely not a rushed product. It's like they did what they could. They added everything that they needed to, but I felt like there could have been a little bit more to the end product than what we kind of got, because honestly, I felt like people beat it so quick. Like, I understand, like, we've been waiting years for, like, people beat it so quick. I was sitting there like, oh yeah, it's gonna be a week before somebody, like, actually a week, at least a month or two before somebody actually says, oh yeah, I'm done. But I forget how people are, because I remember the day KH3 released, the ending was already up on YouTube. No, it wasn't even the day. It was like weeks before the ending was up and everything, and everybody was saying, don't go on YouTube, don't follow this dude, don't mute these words, make sure you don't get anything about Kingdom Hearts 3 or else you will be spoiled.
Yeah, and even like once when the game came out, people were beating it in like either a day or 2 days, and I was just like, come on guys, can't you just like kind of try to enjoy the product a little bit? You know, don't speed it through, because then you're really gonna be underwhelmed.
Yeah, because like you said, oh yeah, that was so quick, like, how am I supposed to feel? And like, honestly, like, Kingdom Hearts 3 had its faults, and I definitely could say that it's not a perfect game, but I feel like it was a game that played to the fans' expectations. Like, like, a lot of other YouTubers, like, I've seen talk about this, say this was a game for the fans, and I wholeheartedly agree, because a lot of plot points that were unanswered got answered. A lot of things got tied up. A lot of new things were brought to us. So, knowing how Square is going to go, we're probably going to get like 2 years before the next Kingdom Hearts game, probably. Maybe. Like, who knows? We might get a spinoff in between.
Although he did say that he's not like what's the word that I could use? Like, I guess he's not outside of the realm of doing DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3, since people feel like they do. So I mean, we might get DLC over the next, I'd say maybe year or like 6 months.
Yeah, because they had been talking about critical mode, and a bunch of people have been like saying like, oh, it's coming soon, and I know there's been a bunch of interviews with it too. So like, there's gonna be critical mode and like a bunch. I'm hoping that there's a bunch of worlds that they would add to KH3, like, to like, make it more, add more playability to it.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I feel.
I butchered that name so bad. Minako. I hate names. I hate pronunciation.
I just say Hamuko, because like Hamuko is a lot easier for me. Even though, like, I hate Persona and like the name giving for the main protagonist, because like doesn't each of the characters have like 3 or 4 names?
Technically, but
because I know P3's protag has Minato and Makoto, and then P4 has Yu and Shoji, and then P5 has Rin and Akira.
Akira is the best one, and they didn't choose it in the anime. That hurts.
They didn't choose it in the dancing game either.
Yeah, that hurts. Like, Akira, come on, man. Come on. Like, oh my. I'm not gonna get started on that. I shouldn't be mad about that. I shouldn't be ranting about that. It's not a big deal, but it is a big deal. I'm sorry. It's a touchy subject.
But like, I feel that for me personally, with the character names, I'm just going with the game names, like Minato, Yu, and Akira. I understand like how some names, like I like Makoto and I like Rin, but like I'm easier saying like Minato and Akira.
Yeah.
Like you Narukami is never gonna get changed, and like you can fight me on that. I will never call him Shoji Seta.
Yu Narukami just sounds badass compared to Shoji.
Exactly. Like I don't care what people say. Like I think Yu is like everybody calls him Yu-kun, and like then they just like, oh yeah, like, oh, I'm not gonna call him Shoji-kun. Like I'm not gonna sit here and just change it after I've been on the same process for years. Like forget that mess.
Exactly.
But like I feel I don't know. Like honestly, with the weapons in each of the Persona games, like they vary. Like I feel like with the weapons, they kind of reflect the person's personality.
Yeah.
Like with P3 Minato, he was just all around like different weapons, bows, fists, heavy weapons, light weapons, long swords, short swords, stuff like that. And then with Yu, he had a katana. I don't know how people would personify that, well, like give that a personality wise, but I gave it like its sense of solidarity and like leadership in a way.
Yeah. And Joker had a dagger basically.
Yeah, so like he kind of had the trickster's weapon in a sense, like the classic RPG thief weapon, like a tiny little dagger that just like does like crazy damage if you level it up right enough.
Yeah, well, everyone's weapon kind of like fit either their outfit or kind of like how they are. Like Ann had the whip, and she was, and like you see her outfit, and it basically fit. Oh, what was that? A quarter just fell.
Cause like Ann was kind of masochistic in a way. Like I know a lot of people say like, where are you getting this idea from? It's like I kind of got that feel from her.
Wait, no, that means she enjoys pain, right?
I think so.
Yes,
oh god.
Yes, that means enjoys pain. I don't think I don't think she was a masochist.
God, they are going to rip into me.
Haru on the other hand was a sadist. Like if you listen to her quotes in Mementos, oh my gosh, she is definitely a sadist. I mean, she has the axe, the grenade launcher.
Like I never expected that. Like when I first got her in my party and like I put her in the field, I was like, why does she have an axe and why does she have a grenade launcher? Like what is this? Like I don't have money for these types of weapons.
I legit thought she was like, okay, from when I was seeing the character, I'm like, okay, so this is supposed to be like just a sweet, innocent, kind person. Boy, that was a heartbreaker to pull in after realizing what she truly was.
Man, I've realized that every game has a rich girl, and I'm just for the rich girls. Like Yukiko, Mitsu, and freaking Haru. I'm just all for it.
Yeah. Also,
like honestly, like, but thinking about the characters, like, I kind of felt bad when I first played Persona 5 because at the time I had gotten it around my spring break in junior year of high school, and I was going to a trip in Spain, so I would not be able to bring my console with me. Yeah. So for a whole week and a few days after that, I was not able to play Persona 5 at all. And before I left, I was at the beginning of Kanashiro's palace.
Yeah.
And I get back and I'm sitting there, like, what's going on? and I'm so confused. Like I can't remember anything that happened from like Kanashiro's palace backwards. And I'm like, okay, so I'm just gonna be like, I keep moving forward. It was like, and I got to the end of the game. It's like it didn't impact me at all. But as I'm playing it now and actually, taking everything in, like a lot of the characters' personality is starting to draw me in. Like I'm like, that's like. After they do Madarame's palace and like they do the whole thing with the TV station and the social studies trip, they have that celebration party with the hot pot. Like when they start explaining like their sad, like when they start explaining their backstories and everything, I actually felt for like Ryuji and them because like people don't deserve shit like that. Like that's kind of, it's messed up. Like Persona 5 is kind of like the underdog story. Like these people have been casted wrongly in the shade of society, and they want to be treated better, and they're actually doing something about it, which makes me root for them definitely. Because sometimes I feel like I'm the underdog in some situations, and like I connect with that.
Yeah, so it's like they really Persona 5, they really made a story that everybody can kind of relate to, because you have different characters with different stories. Like, I mean, you have Ryuji, who's seen as a delinquent, but he's really not a delinquent. It was just how things went down
with Kamoshida.
Yeah, it made people think that he is one, but he was really just on the bad end of a really bad what was Kamoshida like? I mean Kamoshida, like a gym teacher or something?
Yeah,
something like
he was PT. He was a PE teacher and the coach for track.
Yeah. And then with On, you got people spreading the rumors about her that's not really true. And you got all that she's going through, and having to deal with Kamoshida, who's actually who ends up abusing her closest friend, which basically is the button that gets pushed.
But going on that, do you think that if Rin didn't come to Shujin Academy and didn't get his persona, do you think Shiho would have basically? Would you think it would have been a Nanako situation, like if you didn't do it the right way, she would have died and probably stayed in a coma?
So you mean? Hold on.
Okay, say this. Joker didn't do that thing with Shido. He didn't mess with them. He didn't try to intervene or anything.
Also, he never gets sent to the school.
He never gets sent. He never gets expelled on probation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do you think with the events with Kamoshida, Shiho trying to kill herself, Ryuji trying to attack Kamoshida, do you think all that still would have transpired? Do you think Shiho would have still done it and maybe have died if Joker hadn't done all that stuff?
I feel like the same thing would have happened, because I mean, even without Joker going to the school, all of that was still going down. But the only thing probably different would have been that Mishima and Ryuji wouldn't have had the courage, to go to chase him down into his office when
that's true.
When all that stuff went down, because without Joker being there, Ryuji never really had the what's the word? Not courage, backbone? But
it's Joker was kind of like his backbone in that situation.
The backbone and kind of the motive,
Yeah.
Because other than that, they're all just ignoring it, because it's you take it to the principal, he's not gonna believe you when you say it about Kamoshida, so everybody was just letting it happen,
The fact is that parents knew what Kamoshida was doing to them too, which was also another pissed off thing that pissed me off. It's like your kids are getting abused by this man that sexually assaults these girls and abuses these kids, and you're not gonna say anything. What is wrong with y'all? I understand that the school has this high upbringing, but that's still the lowest of the low.
Well, and that's the thing with that type of story. It's actually a real thing that can happen in the real world. So it's really connective, and it was really well done for a starting story arc. What
did something happen?
What was that sound?
No, for some reason, my internet is wonky, so it kicks me off and on sometimes. So
oh, okay. I thought I was the only one hearing that at first. Oh man, I was about to leave out my room. I'm I'm not dealing with these ghosts.
But no, if I leave and come back, just don't worry about it.
Alright.
But yeah, it's just a lot of the things that happen in Persona 5 is just the fact is that shitty adults, man.
Yeah. That was basically the story, teenagers rising against corruptive adults.
The corrupt, unjust adult. modern adult society that we have today. Because like Madarame was using his pupils' art and selling it as his own. Kamoshida was abusing and sexually assaulting his kids. Kaneshiro was.
See, now hold on. Kaneshiro actually, okay, I can't say he never did anything wrong, but at the same time, he was just a Yakuza boss. You don't mess with those. That was Makoto's fault. If she had never got involved, well, I mean, sure, students were like, it was starting to involve students, but at the same time, imagine if they didn't have personas or anything. She could have got killed because that's a Yakuza boss. You don't mess with the Yakuza.
Ruined. The fact is that could have went so bad in so many ways, and she didn't. And like they were lucky, to just have personas, and this incident was crazy. But just like all the stuff that happened to those kids was just because like the adults like distorted desires, as like Morgana said. It was like stuff like that. Yeah. But like thinking about Makoto, a lot of people don't like her at all because of like her personality and what she did in like the first half of the game. It was like, but like I'm playing, okay, like right now I'm playing through Persona 5, and I just got to the part where they like one after another people were dragging this girl, like damn, like oh my god, it was on Ryuji, Goro, freaking. I was waiting for her sister to get in on this, but it didn't until later. But like this girl gets hit one after another with just fucking like, oh, you're like, oh, what can you do? I guess you're the pushover girl. It's like, god damn, like they just drag her. And like I kind of like she doesn't deserve it, and she does deserve it. Like that's a shitty thing to say, and like I feel bad for saying it, but it's like I felt like she could have changed some of the things that happened if she had just like, you know.
But see, that whole dragging that they did and whatnot, that's what led her to get in trouble with Kaneshiro.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they didn't say those things, she wouldn't have felt like she did, and felt like she had to prove herself, and that's where things went south.
It was like I don't know. In this sense, the case would it be like constructive criticism? Because I guess it was kind of constructive because like she kind of found her own resolve in a way, but like the way that was went about they put that girl down. Like I was when Akashi said like she was like a goody two shoes pushover, I was like, damn, is he gonna call her a bitch too? It's like Jesus, like I'm like God. But like, who the fuck can say like, who can get mad? Like who can get mad at Makoto? Like at least she got better, and I personally like her a lot. Like I like how she has this like after she joins the family, it's like her sense of justice has changed. She knows that at least she's trying to learn and understand the difference between what's right and what's actually wrong. So you know, like she kind of got that redemption a little bit.
Yeah.
Run,
guys!
Nah. I had like a quarter of them. That ain't 1 HP. What you mean?
Oh, he's after me. Oh, I'm out of stamina. Woo. Oh, he's devouring.
Yeah, like
get out.
Nah, I'm behind him. You won't do it.
He'll still come.
He'll smack you from behind. That's what.
Oh.
I'm a kid.
Jesus.
I dodged that move.
Oh my god.
He's doing it again. That's the one thing I hate. He spams the shit out of devouring attack.
Oh my god, I'm chat. Oh, no!